It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Pastor A.R. Bernard is here.
Indeed.
To do some Yee. And you guys, make sure you follow him as well if you're not already doing that, just because amazing conversations. I know I've been following you for quite some time, so it's exciting to have you here today.
Yeah.
To do the rumors with me. Okay. So Travis Kelce, his jersey sales have skyrocketed after he had Taylor Swift attending one of his Chiefs games. And some people are talking about, they're not quite in a relationship yet, but they've been hanging out, and they've hung out several times. We saw Taylor Swift with his mom.
So when does it stop being rumor?
I guess when they do a Valentine's Day picture together on Instagram. I don't know. When Taylor Swift writes a song about him.
Yeah, well, I expect another song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the breakup, too, that's when another song comes out.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it's interesting because Kayla Nicole is his ex-girlfriend. A lot of people knew him from dating her because, he's white, she's black. And so when they broke up last year, it looked like they were going to get back together. But now I see a lot of people comparing Taylor Swift and Kayla Nicole and saying, is this a downgrade? He went from this to that. But look, he just moved on. They've already broken up. They've been broken up for over a year. He has, we don't even know if he's in a relationship. I think it's unfair. I see people in Kayla's comments. Some of them are supportive and some of them are, saying he's...
it's a tough thing when your life is in public,
mm-hmm.
and everybody's trying to control the narrative, and you're the one that knows what's true, but you really have little control over what's true because what dominates is public opinion.
Yeah, and a lot of times that negativity can be draining for the person who is having to read it, but also for the person who's writing it.
Yeah. That's why I try to keep my life private and my family private. That's as much as I can.
Right. Well, your wife is out in the public, too.
She's a star.
Yeah, she is a star. All right, now let's talk about another public relationship, Gisele and Tom Brady. She sat down with CBS News Sunday morning, and the full interview aired on Monday. And she said that she does not regret getting married, but she does feel like she's in a better headspace now that they are not together. Here's what she said also.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have any other life. I wouldn't have done it. If they say, could you change something in your life? I wouldn't change absolutely anything.
Not even getting divorced.
I mean, it's not what I dreamed of and what I hoped for, but I think you have to accept, sometimes that the way you are in your 20s, it's, sometimes you grow together, sometimes you grow apart.
I mean, they were married for 13 years.
That sounds to me like she values the relationship, and he didn't, because he had an opportunity to retire. He decided to stay in the game, and from what I understand, she was ready for him to quit. So she put her life on hold. She sacrificed a lot to support his career, and every decision we make in life is a value judgment. He made one.
Yeah, and I think also he agreed and made an announcement that he was leaving,
That's right.
And she was excited about it. It would be one thing if there was an understanding, like, look, this is what I do. And Pastor A.R. Bernard, I'm only going to put this out there. I know you're very private, but you've been open also about not depreciating the value of your wife.
Whatever you appreciate increases in value. Whatever you depreciate decreases in value, and it affects you emotionally and relationally. So I try to do everything I can to appreciate my wife daily so that she remains valuable in my mind and in my heart.
Yeah, because you have a very high-profile job, too, that requires a lot of your time.
With higher expectations, because I'm man of the cloth, so, I'm held to a higher standard, and I understand that.
All right. And lastly, speaking of keeping our relationships private, Keke Palmer. Now, she had a baby with Darius Jackson, and people were upset. She was at the Usher concert and got serenaded. He didn't like what she had on. He had something to say about that. And then it turned into this whole thing. Everybody was rallying up behind Keke Palmer. But now it looks like maybe they are back together. And here is what she had to say when she was questioned about this on Today with Hoda and Jenna.
The Beyonce concert, first of all, that was my second time going. I went first with my homegirls, and then he was like, I hear everybody's going for her birthday. I said, does that mean we're going again?
Yeah.
We're all about it.
Yeah.
Well,
are you all about him?
Good.
Yeah. Are we all about each other?
Not y'all trying to get into it. They tried it on
Hey,
today's
listen.
show.
Hey, listen. You were a talk show host. You want to know if you're
I'm
happy.
howling.
Are you happy?
Yes, life is good.
Are y'all together?
I'm going to take a page out of my girl Beyonce's book, Mind Y'all's Business.
Okay. I mean, look, they were spotted out together. They had some very public relationship drama.
But isn't that the problem with being a celebrity? You've got to do everything you can to keep yourself in the public light and in the public conversation.
Yeah, and then, you're spotted at the Beyonce concert with the person that everybody was mad at.
Do you adjust to that over time, or do you use it, or are some better at it than others? You're a high-profile person.
I think, it is important to protect what is near and dear to you, so that sometimes people that aren't in the light aren't trying to get that type of attention, and so you want to try to protect people. Sometimes other people that are with you get madder about things than you do. Like, they see things and they get so angry, and you're like, it's okay, it just comes with the job.
Yeah, and too often what we see with our eyes is colored by the condition of our hearts. So if our heart's messed up, everything we see will be messed up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is your Yee Tea. We got a lot more of that, but when we come back about last night, that's where we discuss what we did last night and why that is relevant to today. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Pastor A.R. Bernard is here all morning.